What is border radius property? Well, border radius property represents CSS property that we use to set rounded borders. So basically, with the border radius CSS property, we can set rounded edges on the corners of the border. Border radius can be set in different units, like pixels, em or em values, points, etc. Also, border radius can be set for all corners of your border, or we can do this only for a specific corner on your border. Okay, let's see some examples. Okay, for this part, I have already prepared simple HTML document structure. Our HTML document has head and body. Inside of body, we have simple paragraph. Our paragraph has ID with value p1. And inside of head, we have title for our HTML document and the style block. Inside of style block, we have p1 ID selector that will select our paragraph with p1 ID. Okay, and we will apply border style with property value solid on this paragraph. I save this document like index.html on the desktop. So let's minimize our text editor. This is our index page, so let's open it. Okay, and this is how our web page looks like for now. Okay, next thing that we want to do, for the same ID selector, let's define border radius CSS property. Let's define 2 pixels for now. And let's save this. Let's go back in our web browser and let's refresh it. So now if you take a look, we have slightly added rounded corners for our border. So currently we are using 2 pixels, but we can customize this value. So let's inspect our web page. On the right hand side, you can see structure of our HTML document. So let's expand head, let's expand body. Okay, so let's click on our paragraph 1. So down here you can see styles that we have applied on our p1 element. This is our border radius, so let's click on these 2 pixels. So now we can use arrows up and down to change this value. So you can see how our radius is changing when we decrease or increase radius value. Okay, so now next thing that we can do for our border radius property, basically instead of border radius that we applied for all corners, we can define the same for just specific corner on our border. So let's do this. So let's define, instead of border radius, let's define border, for example, top, right. So basically in this case, our border radius will be applied on just top right. Okay, so let's go back in our web browser. Also, we have changed this to the 5 pixels. So now as you can see, we have applied border radius only on the top right corner. Okay. Also, be aware of that you can use more than one border radius property. So, for example, we can define border bottom, left, radius. Okay, let's set also 5 pixels. So let's save these. Let's go back in our browser. Let's refresh it. And as you can see, we have added border radius for our left bottom corner. Okay, so this is how we can use border radius CSS property, so feel free to play around with this a little bit. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope this was helpful to you. If you like our work, please become our Patreon or simply donate or PayPal. Please remember, even a little from you means a lot for us. You can follow us on our Twitter and Instagram profiles, and please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, because on our YouTube channel, knowledge is waiting for you.